I remember going to London with her, going to Paris with her.
He's taught me healthy, real love.
I love everything about Haley.
Really just my best friend from day one.
I love her smile. I love her laugh. I love her compassion. I love her creativity. I love her love.
And we just kind of clicked right away.
I want to marry her more than anything.
Super sweet. He's just so supportive all the time.
It's all the little things.
I could listen to him laugh for the rest of my life.
This is it. This is it for me.
Hello again, everyone. That last cover I put up, I really enjoyed doing. I like kind of showing friends and family, you know, guitar stuff. So I'm gonna do another one today. This one is called Coconut Skins by Damien Rice. Now you can hold her hand and show her how you cry.
We met on Tinder.
She was not into me at all right away. She shot me down like 4 times, 5 times on Tinder until she gave me a shot.
We met in August of 2017, but it didn't take until like January of 2018 for us to really start talking.
It was after a show at the Icon. I think it was the morning after, the night of. She reached back out to me on Tinder and let me have a go.
You know, my first impression was that he was really funny.
Don't degrade me.
I'm drinking beer and playing Pokemon. I love you.
Super sweet. He's always just been able to make me laugh and has been, you know, just the best support system and like really just my best friend from day one.
She loved Star Wars too. Well, that was one of the reasons I messaged her on Tinder. There's a shot of her, I think she was in a Star Wars t-shirt. And like the first couple conversations were just about Star Wars. One of the first questions off the bat to make sure she wasn't faking, I was like, which one's better, like Rogue One or that one? She said Rogue One. I was like, all right, you watched them both.
We started talking about like Star Wars and we talked a lot about music. And I remember when I first saw his like profile, I was like, there's no way this man is real and exists in Sioux Falls, and like I haven't met him yet.
I remember the first couple times when she would come over, we'd walk upstairs and Mom would be in the living room with her and I'd be like, Mom, tell Haley she's pretty. Like, look how pretty Haley is.
I so rarely get to meet people where I'm instantly myself too, and we just kind of clicked right away.
What do you have to say for yourself?
First date, she came over and we went to the arcade.
At West Mall 7, and I thought it was such a fun date idea to begin with. I remember everything we listened to on the car ride there, and just talking was super easy and effortless.
And we played a bunch of air hockey, and she got really competitive about it. To this day, like we still keep score of like who's up on who on air hockey.
We still have a air hockey battle, and I'm still winning it. Yeah, I thought he was going easy on me too, and he wasn't. I just was better.
That's when we decided to start keeping those tickets. We ended up getting APA
He was like taking pictures of me. We were going around playing all the arcade games. He was super good at like the random spinning roulette thing. That's what we won most of our tickets on to get Appa. And then
We came back home and we sat down and
we had some drinks and some dinner, and then we just sat in the basement playing pool back and forth and talking about everything under the sun. And it was like the first time I feel like I felt really comfortable in myself and just at ease with a person. And there was one point during it where he was laughing, and I remember thinking to myself, like, I could listen to him laugh for the rest of my life. As crazy and wild as it sounds on a first date, I was like, okay, I think I'm in love with you. Like, I could do this forever. And then we just stayed up talking until about 3 a.m.
And then the same very night I kissed her.
Early on, we'd go to a lot of movies. That was really fun. Always our arcade dates, just because they were always kind of nostalgic, because it always reminded me of our first date.
My favorite was this year, Christmas, because we got snowed in and the plan was to go home, and it was sad and it sucked and whatever. We stayed home, we made a fort, we did Legos.
We made a fort and we're having a sleepover in the living room. Devon.
And then went to the Vikings game. That was probably one of my favorite weekends with her of all time.
When we moved up here, we went to a really nice steakhouse and got all dressed up, and that was a kind of a core memory for no reason at all.
Going to Chicago, doing Pitchfork. Going to London with her, going to Paris with her.
And then I would say when we were in Paris too, then we just grabbed a loaf of bread and sat outside the Eiffel Tower, and that was really fun too.
For some reason, every time Devon eats macaroni and cheese, he puts it in his hair.
I would say first, like, his just sense of humor. He can endlessly make me laugh, and we just kind of get to a point where we're feeding off of each other all the time, and it just is so fun to laugh with him, and he's so funny.
Hey, Instagram Live, this is Devon here with Haley. We're gonna do a live kiss. Ready? All right, that was our live kiss. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks so much.
I love her smile. I love her laugh. I love her compassion. I love her creativity. I love her love.
He's so supportive, and he gives me more grace and patience than I probably should be allowed, but he does.
I love everything about Haley.
I would say also his loyalty and like to friends and family, that is always his core goal and his core focus.
I love you, Mommy. Come back here. Go.
Come on, you gotta earn it. You gotta earn it. It's snowing. You're gonna fucking.
I don't think it was a moment.
Where I knew Devon was the one, but it was just like a lot of little moments leading up to each other.
I think it was like a feeling. It was when we got into like a routine together where I kind of feel like this is it. This is it for me.
together, that was a big one for us. It just kind of became more of a real situation. And then like when we moved up here, that was another big moment where it was just little things like that, or even just seeing him play at shows and like doing the things he loved. Watching him graduate, it was all those little things where it just felt like each new moment was tying into our story.
Most of traveling, going to shows, cooking, getting records. A lot of the beginning of our relationship was like super music based.
In like really simple ways, I guess we're both the oldest. Like we always were both kind of stubborn. We both have the same sense of humor.
Well, I don't want to set it up. Now go from.
Our love for cats, our love for kitties.
Ozzy stayed.
I feel like we have the same music taste. I feel like there are so many ways that we're similar and alike, but so many that we're also different.
I think the biggest differences in our music is she'll wake up listening to Bad Baby at like 7 a.m. driving to work while I'm listening to Not That.
Hey. It's a whole lot of money in this motherfucker.
And we share the majority of our music.
Going to concerts and shows has always been a real foundation of our relationship. Like so many of our dates, we've just gone to shows at Total Drag. It's always kind of been part of our story. So it's just been cool to see how our music tastes have developed together, but also separately.
Jefferson, touchdown, Vikings! Gritty, that was nasty. There he is, he said he's gonna add a little something to his Gritty when he gets in the end zone, and he sure did. But he added a little something on that route. When I talk about the ability.
I'm not doing it.
First try.
I don't know how to do it.
It's not like a walk now. I got a bad lip.
What I love most about going to Vikings games with Devon is just that they're so unexpectedly fun.
Watching how like that competitive side come out of her a little bit, like the way she roots and cheers like harder than me sometimes, and I've seen her do it sober.
He has the loudest claps ever too. Like he's just. I think the most fun for me is just seeing how much fun that he's having at them too. This is my first year experiencing it. I think we went to probably 6 games together, and every game was more fun than the last, and he just gets so into it. Like I think I have more fun just being there with him. Like if I went by myself, I might have a good time, but it's just more fun to go with him. It's like a fun date for us.
Like she genuinely loves going to those games. I mean, Mardi Gras is just a drinking parade. And getting to day drink with Haley multiple days in a row and watching the beast come out of her, I mean, amazing.
Haley!
Oh my gosh, Mardi Gras was such a fun trip. I mean, it was just fun to be down there. I loved New Orleans, and that was one of our first big trips together as a couple too. There was one night where I was wearing the Chewbacca costume, and we both had a lot of beads. The parade ended early, and we all had to walk home, and it was like 4 or 5 mile walk throughout like the entire city of New Orleans. It was just Devon and I hanging out in the back. I was weighed down by bees, and he was just really drunk, stumbling, and we had to get home through this random city. That was really fun, and all the jazz music and the people throwing beads from the balconies, and that was That was really cool.
She threw up on the side of the street one time. Okay, hold on. She didn't throw up. She felt like she needed to throw up, and she did the first time of pulling trig ever on the side of a road at Mardi Gras, like the middle of the day.
Now that she's light, walking around without a shirt, bathe ourselves in the river, wash each other's hair.
Basically everything Devon does makes me laugh. He is just so goofy and always himself.
Spider-Man!
We'll just do the most random things. Like even just when he started calling Oswald Tammy, that made me laugh to my core.
It's all the little things. It's the little inside jokes. It's the little boops like she does our cats. It's the voices she makes. It's all the little stuff. All the stuff that almost just doesn't matter at all just kills me.
And I feel like once he realizes some little thing will make me laugh, he just keeps going with it. And it just builds and becomes these inside jokes with us. Like we have 1 million at this point, and they're all just so, I don't know, they're funny and they're silly. He could do anything and it would make me laugh, I think. My relationship with Abby is so cute and special, I think. Like, she loves your mom, obviously. Like, that's her person. That's her queen. But when I was living with you guys, Deborah would be away, and I would come home because I'd work random shifts at Cafeya, and she just would, like, be begging at the door, wanting to come in, and we'd just take naps together. We'd hang out. I'd take her to the dog park sometimes, and she does not love the dog park, but she would go. She would humor me with that.
I've got my pizza in the backseat, my Abby in the front seat.
Then also like just being at her wedding too to Finley, I signed the witness sheet on that. I feel like I watched her grow up in a way.
Beautiful bride.
Ladies and gentlemen, this evening, puppy love gathers us here today. We celebrate the love between a couple that sees each other as best friends for life.
Now, Finley, do you take Abby to be your beloved?
Yes!
I now introduce you, Finley and Abby Stegler.
Yes!
She taught me a lot about love languages and how important those are in relationships, and listening and taking care of her the way she needs to be taken care of. She taught me a lot about that.
The biggest one is he's just taught me healthy, real love. Like it's so unwavering, and I feel like healed a lot of parts of me in a way, and he's taught me to love myself in ways that I kind of was never really able to reach, and now I am.
To be more compassionate in people. I'm a little shithead sometimes, and it's easy to joke and laugh about everything, but she's kind of taught me to take it a little more seriously, which has gone a long way, I think.
He's taught me to like really give myself grace, kind of lean into my creativity. He's just so supportive all the time. He's great. He's taught me a lot. I am looking forward to really just starting our life together. It's been started for 5.5 years now, but I feel like we're both at a point in our lives and careers and everything where this is like a really great jumping off point for us, and to get to do that together is going to be really special. I'm excited for all the trips that we want to go and plan, and I'm excited for all the other places we're going to move and where we're going to be throughout our careers moving forward. And it's just to get to do that with him is really special and like my favorite thing to do.
Long term, I mean, get a house, go to Italy, ball out. Our future together is gonna be really good. She takes care of me, I take care of her, It's gonna be great.
And even just like seeing how our little family of kittens has grown and hopefully will continue to grow too. Like I just am so excited for all of it, even like the good, the bad.
I want to marry her so bad right now, and that's the closest thing I can see. Like, we waited, I think, too long. I want to marry her more than anything.
Hope you enjoyed.